An impressive start, but the challenges remain. Stormers will overcome them. Together we will get through the hardships. Subscribe to the channel to follow the journey.
The start of the Stormers season truly left a strong impression on me. 8 consecutive wins were not just numbers, they were proof of a well-organized team with fighting spirit and unwavering belief. Especially, the 13-8 victory over their arch-rivals, the Bulls, in Cape Town seemed like a statement that they weren't just aiming to compete, but to dominate. By early January, their position at the top of the United Rugby Championship standings was a well-deserved reward, but sport has never been a straight path. 2 consecutive defeats to the Sharks, one in Cape Town and one in Durban, felt like a sudden break in an accelerating journey. I think many fans started to worry, but still believed that the 4-week break during the Six Nations would be an opportunity for the team to recharge. I once thought that sometimes, a break is the best way to prepare for a stronger return. But reality is more complicated. The 10-24 loss to the Lions wasn't just a simple defeat.
It was a sign that something deeper was happening within this team. 3 consecutive losses saw the Stormers drop to 5th place, an overall slump both in points and morale. What made me reflect the most wasn't just the results, but the performance of Feinberg-Mngomezulu, the talented 24-year-old playmaker. I didn't see him as a falling hero. I saw a young man carrying too many expectations on his shoulders. During his time with the Springboks on their 2025 European tour, he shone. In that environment, the role of each individual is clear. The system operates smoothly, pressure is evenly distributed. But when he returned to the club level, everything was different. The Stormers could no longer maintain their winning rhythm. And when the team wobbled, all eyes often turned to the one capable of making a difference. I particularly paid attention to the fact that Feinberg-Mngomezulu was given the captain's armband in the match against Leicester Tigers in the Investec Champions Cup. Being trusted at the age of 24 was something to be proud of. But it also came with an invisible burden.
After 2 consecutive defeats, stripping him of the captaincy before the match against the Lions was a tactical decision. JD Schickerling took on the leadership role so that Feinberg-Mngomezulu could focus on his game. But as we saw, changing the leadership position didn't immediately change the outcome. What resonated with me the most was a comment from Brown, a former All Blacks player who worked with Feinberg-Mngomezulu at the international level. He said that in the Springboks environment, the young player understood his role and didn't feel the need to do everything on his own. That statement really struck a chord with me, because I realized that, not only in sports but in life, we often fall into the trap of being the one who carries the burden. When a team is struggling, we tell ourselves, I need to do more. I need to save the situation. The intention may come from a sense of responsibility and pride, but without balance, it turns into self-imposed pressure.
I've experienced that in work and life. There were times when I thought that if I didn't push just a little more, everything would fall apart. But when I tried to do too much, my performance actually declined. I became stressed, less clear-headed, and lost my natural flow. Looking at Feinberg-Mngomezulu's performance against the Lions, when he was almost invisible compared to his usual self, I didn't see weakness. I saw the signs of accumulated pressure. A talented player is still a talented player. But when the mind is stretched between personal expectations, leadership responsibilities, and the overall team performance, the freedom to create can be stifled. The first lesson I take from this for myself is, no one can succeed alone in a team sport, and life is no different. Knowing how to leverage the support of your teammates is not a sign of weakness, but a sign of maturity. The second lesson is for the fans. It's easy to praise a team when they're winning consecutively.
But when their form dips, the first reaction is often to blame an individual. I think this is the moment we need to be fairer. A 3-match losing streak is rarely the fault of just one person. It's usually a combination of many factors: tactics, fitness, mindset, injuries, and even luck. I also learned something profound: highs and crises can be very close. The Stormers dropped from 1st to 5th place in just a few weeks. This reminds me of the transient nature of success. When you're at the top, the key is not just to enjoy the moment, but also to prepare for the tough times ahead. For Feinberg-Mngomezulu himself, I believe this period, though painful, will be incredibly valuable for his career. Talent makes a player shine, but adversity is what shapes them into a true leader. Learning to share the burden, trust teammates, and manage internal pressure is the shift from a young star to a sustainable leader. I don't view the Stormers' 3-game losing streak as a collapse. I see it as a transitional phase. Every strong team must go through testing moments to validate its foundation.
The question is not how many games did they lose, but how will they respond. I hope that John Dobson's coaching staff can find the right tactical balance again. I hope Feinberg-Mngomezulu will rediscover the peace of mind he had when playing for the Springboks, the same calm that allowed him to shine. And I hope the fans will continue to support the team with patience, rather than reacting based on fleeting emotions. Do your part. Trust those around you. And when challenges come, don't isolate yourself with the pressure you create. The Stormers may have fallen from the top to 5th place, but the journey of the season is still long, and sometimes, it is the bumpy roads that help us truly understand the value of unity, humility, and steadfast belief.
Goodbye. Always remember that success comes not only from victories but also from patience and solidarity.